Hey, Miss Lorna.
Hey, Daria. All right, we're gonna wait on rest, and we're gonna get started at 11:05. Was Talon in y'all reading today? No. Okay. All right, well, we're gonna get started, and if anybody else joins, we'll just let them join. Okay, you need to find a lot of pages today. Find the one with the piggy bank. It's the very first one that says June 17th. It says try it. I found it. Okay. All right. It says Janelle has 263 pennies and 137 nickels in her piggy bank. Hey, Jakira. Jakira, find this page in your binder. It's the first one that says June 17th. Okay. Okay. All right. It says Janelle has 263 pennies and 137 nickels in her piggy bank. How many pennies and nickels in all does she have in her piggy bank? So if they're asking me, how many pennies do I have in all? Do I need to add or do I need to subtract? If they want to know how many do I have in all, should I add or should I subtract? What you think, Darielle? Should we add or subtract if they want to know how many we have in all?
We should subtract.
Why do you think we should subtract?
Oh, I mean add. Add.
Why do you think we should add?
Because it's a bigger number, so I think we should add.
Okay, Josiah, can you build on, if we hear in all, how does it tell us we need to add? How do you know you should add if you hear the words in all?
Because when we read it, we didn't see the word fewer.
Okay, we may not have seen the word fewer. Good job. Whenever you hear in all, that means they want to know how many do you have as a collection. And collection means like together, which means to add. So we're going to add, well, what number should we add? What numbers, Josiah?
263
Plus
137.
Good. So you need to write on your paper 263 plus 137. Go ahead and write that. Give me a thumbs up when you do that.
Huh? Hello.
Okay. Where do we start adding? Daria, where do we start adding?
In the one place.
Good. So we have 3 plus 7. Let me know what 3 plus 7 is. Jakira, what's 3 plus 7?
3 plus 7 is 10.
It's 10. So I can't have 10 ones in my ones place. So I'm going to put my 0 right here and carry that new 10 to the tens place. All right, go ahead and add 1 plus 6 plus 3. And then we do what that is. Josiah, what is 1 plus 6 plus 3?
10.
Good. So once again, we need to put our 0 right here and carry our new 100 because we have 2 tens. Carry our new 100 to the 100 place. Now, what is 1 plus 2 plus 1? Good job, Jakira. 4. So how many pennies and nickels does she have in all in her piggy bank? She has 400. 400. All right. Now we're gonna also do science today. So in your binder, find this page in your binder. It's like towards the back. It starts science. Find this. Give me a thumbs up when you found the page.
Got it. Oh, let me.
All right. Today, we are going to pretend that we are a geologist and we have been invited to the Oceanside Recreation Center, which is located near the ocean on a cliff. Outside of the Recreation Center, there is a flagpole located 10 feet away. The director of the Recreation Center has noticed that the flagpole is closer to the edge than it was a long time ago. She would like you to determine if it is still safe to use the Recreation Center given the changes that has happened over time. Below are two pictures showing how the edge of the cliff is now closer to the flag. She wants to know how and why this happened. Now, a geologist is like a scientist that studies the earth. It studies the solid part of the earth. Look. No, actually, it's not on here. Okay, perfect. Well, we're gonna watch a video. We're gonna do an activity.
Landform Postcards by Chloe Delafield. Landform Postcards by Chloe Delafield. About landforms. Hi, my name is Annie. This book is about a road trip I took this summer. We drove across the United States. My grandpa is a geologist. He taught me about landforms. Landforms are parts of the Earth's surface like mountains, valleys, and cliffs. Grandpa thought it would be fun for me to observe landforms around the country. I sent him postcards of what I saw. Here are some things Grandpa taught me about landforms. Anywhere you go on Earth, you will see landforms. Unless you are reading this book in the middle of the ocean, you can probably find a landform near you. Even a city, you can find a landform. This picture has lots of different landforms. It has a beach, an island, a peninsula, and some hills. Here we are about to leave on our trip. That's me in the middle and my little sister on the right. Grandpa also taught me about that landforms are made of rock. They can have other things on top like sand, dirt, or even ice. Some landforms may be common where you live. Others may only be found far away. Keep reading to find out what landforms I saw on my trip. This is the route we took around the country. You can see it with the car and the dotted line going around. Plains. Dear Grandpa, pretty soon after we left the city, everything looked different. The land was flat all around us for miles. Some people might think it was boring, but not me. I knew that even the flat plain is a landform. I remembered that landforms are made of rock. I pictured rock under the grass. That was neat to think about. Love, Annie. We drove across the Great Plains for a long time. Mazes. Dear Grandpa, I learned that mesa means table in Spanish. That makes sense. A mesa is a landform that is flat on top like a table. Here in the Southwest, the mesas are made of red, orange, and yellow rock. This is what I picture Mars looking like. Love, Annie. This mesa was made of rock that felt like sandpaper. Canyons. Dear Grandpa, the Grand Canyon is so huge I can hardly believe it. The sides are like big tall cliffs made of rock. I could see the river way down at the bottom. It looked small and calm from far away. I could still picture the big river moving fast through the canyon. Love, Annie. We hiked into the Grand Canyon and saw this beautiful waterfall. Beaches. Dear Grandpa, we finally made it to the coast. The beaches here are so pretty. We walked on the sandy beach. I even went swimming in the ocean. I saw this huge rock with a hole in it. Is that a landform too? Love, Annie. I observed the beach carefully. It was made up of tiny pieces of sand. Mountains. Dear Grandpa, the Rockies are the biggest mountains I have ever seen. We went hiking. I felt like we were walking uphill forever. Even so, we didn't get near the top of the mountain. There's still snow up in the mountains, even though it's summer. I bet there's tons of snow in the winter. Love, Annie. The Rocky Mountains have lots of different shapes. Peninsulas. Dear Grandpa, I think this picture is cool because it shows a lot of landforms. It has a rocky beach, an island, and some hills. It also shows two peninsulas in the background. We walked all the way out onto a peninsula. I could see the water from both sides of us. Love, Annie. I saw this rock sticking out into one of the Great Lakes. I'm going to ask Grandpa if it's a peninsula. Landforms I saw around the country. So this map shows pictures of where Annie visited on her trip and what landforms she saw in which place. Here are some pictures I took on my road trip. I wonder what Grandpa knows about these landforms. So if we actually flip back a page, we'll notice that she sees pictures of different, possibly like a mesa. We see the flat top. We're seeing lots of that red rock in a lot of these pictures. We also notice that it seems like she's seeing a lot of pictures of other like larger boulders, and we're seeing a lot of pictures of the beach. So the glossary, these are some definitions of some of the bolded words that we saw in our book. So the first one is geologist, which is a scientist who studies the solid part of Earth. A landform is a feature of Earth's surface, such as a mountain, a cliff, or a valley. Observe means to use any of the five senses to gather information about something. Surface is the outside part of something. Hi guys, Miss Fung here again. Postcards by Chloe Delafield.
Okay, so on the worksheet that you should be on, it'll have like little blanks on it. All right, and that's what our list, our assignment is going to be. I need to find it again though. Here we go. All right, so we're going to do it together. Okay, so it says read the following statements and place an A for agree or D for disagree in front of each statement. So A means that it's like true, you agree with it, that is correct. And D is disagree, which means it is not true, you don't agree with it, it's false. Answers below with short explanations in parentheses. And then we're gonna share. So either you're gonna put an A for agree or a D for disagree. So the first one is all landforms are made from grass. Do you A, agree with that, or D, disagree? Next one. All landforms look the same. Either A, you agree, or D, you disagree. Next one. Different landforms can be found in the same area. Do you A, agree with that, or D, disagree? And the last one is observe is another word for looking at something closely. A, you agree, or D, you disagree. All right. That you need to take a picture of. So hold on to that because you're going to take a picture of it. Now, all right, the last page that we're going to do is some more math. Find the page that looks like, what page is this? 48. One second, y'all. Here you go. Find the page that looks like this. It starts with on Monday, Kim's family. It's the bottom number page says 448. Find the page that looks like this. You just have to flip all of it. These are really jumbled up, but they say June 17th at the top. Okay, we're gonna do number 4 together and then you'll do 5 by yourself. All right, so number 4, it says on Monday, Kim's family starts driving on their vacation. On Tuesday, they drive 258 miles. Kim's family drives 484 miles during both days. How many miles do they drive on Monday? So what do we not know? What do we not know? Kaylin, what do we not know?
How many miles they run on Monday?
Right. We don't know how many she drove on Monday, but we do know how many she drove on Tuesday, which is 258. Kaylin, how can we figure out how many miles she drove on Monday?
By subtracting.
And why do you think we should subtract, which is correct?
Because it says the first the second part and the whole entire miles that they drove.
Good, because 484 is our total. So I'm gonna write 484. And we know part of 484 is 258. Ooh, hard writing on this. Now, like Dario told us earlier, we need to start in our ones place. Now, we ask ourselves when we're subtracting, do we have more on top or more on the floor? In this case, we have more on the floor. So we go next door and get 10 more. This 8 is now a what, Josiah? What does this 8 become? If I borrow a 10 from 8, how many do I have now? I had 8 10s and I borrowed one. How many do I have now?
Oh, 7.
7. And this 4 is now a 14. So now I just need to subtract. 14 minus 8, 7 minus 5, and 4 minus 2. Go ahead and work that out. Okay, so 14 minus 8 is, Dario, 14 minus 8 is what? Dario, what's 14 minus 8? If you need to draw your circles, then draw you some circles. Josiah, did you subtract 14 minus 8? What'd you get? Y'all should be, right now you should be solving 14 minus 8. You should be doing what you see right here. So if you have not, go ahead and stick this up on your piece of paper and start solving it. Yes, 6. Good job. And 7 minus 5 is 2. And 4 minus 2 is also 2. So the last step that when we solve word problems is to write a sentence. So you would say something like, Kim's family drove 226 miles on Monday. But this is how many miles she drove. The last one I want you to do by yourself, And then you're going to take a picture of this as well. So you're taking a picture of what we did for science, and then you're going to take a picture of number 5. It says use 2 different, no, you don't have to do that. Just use one way to show your work. So you're trying to figure out what number should go right here. So 247 plus something equals 673. In the first problem, when we were trying to find our missing part, we subtracted. So keep that in mind that you should probably subtract with this one as well. Go ahead and get started. Remember, if you have more on the floor, you need to go next door and get 10 more. And then we'll be done.